Hi, welcome everyone. We really appreciate you joining us today. The team here at LifeVantage, we spent April traveling around Australia and New Zealand with one of the best speakers we've had down under so far. Executive leader, presidential consultant, Tyler Daniels. We are bringing Tyler to your screens today because we really couldn't let you miss this. Tyler's message is so powerful and must be heard. If you're not familiar with Tyler, Tyler is such a dynamic speaker and a proven leader within the industry. He has over 20 years experience and he's played an influential role in the future of LifeVantage. And he is here to share with you all why the LifeVantage community is thriving like never before. So without further ado, I would like to welcome you. Tyler, are you on?
I am on. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am fantastic. What a trip. What a trip we had out there.
I'm going to pass it over to you, Tyler.
And so thanks for jumping on here with us tonight. I'm excited to be here. So my name is Tyler Daniels. My goal for all of you guys that are brand new on this call is to give you some information to maybe invite you to ask more questions or to inform you about what we're doing here in this company to where maybe you can make a decision as to whether or not you want to use our products or in best case scenario, maybe help us actually tell the story because we need help. The goal here tonight is to get as much help as we can, helping the world find out about what Pro Tandem is all about, what LifeVantage is all about. So that's one of my goals. The other goal that I have is to talk to all the people who've made that decision to help us tell this story and maybe wondering, how do you tell this story? Is there a way to do this? So in order to do that, you guys, we're going to talk about 5 different things to lead into these 5 different things that you see on the screen right now with the company and the products and the compensation, the culture, and the growth. I need to give you a teeny bit of my background as to why would you even want to listen to something I have to say? I mean, who am I? Where do I come from? What is my background? So really, really quickly, I was in the United States Air Force, so I was a military guy. I met my wife in the United States Air Force, so I met her while we were there. We met, and 2 weeks after we met, we got married. We've been married for 30 years. I'm kind of proud of that. And normally when I do this, I give everybody a chance to either question my behavior or get excited about get excited that we've done that. But we got married. We've been married for 30 years. We have 3 beautiful children. And one of those children gave us a grandchild. So for all you grandparents out there, you know what I'm talking about. You know how incredible being a grandparent is. So if you're a grandparent, I'm one with you, and I love it. It is my favorite thing in the whole world. It's also, though, where I got introduced to network marketing. I got introduced to the MLM world while I was in the United States Air Force, and I got introduced to a company called Amway. And I was with that company for just a minute, but not for very long. I learned a ton, though. I learned a lot about how this industry works when I was with that company. I got out of it, though, and I became a real estate appraiser in the state of Utah, which is a state that has a ton of network marketing companies. A lot of them live here. A lot of the corporate offices are here in Utah. I joined a company called Nu Skin, and I had quite a bit of success actually with Nu Skin. But I was there for about 2 years. Some things happened, and I just kind of went back to appraising houses and doing my thing as an appraiser, which is what led me to the company that I'm in today. So about 14 years ago, I got invited to come down and take a look at what LifeVantage is doing. And I had learned a lot of things about this industry. So I knew what I was looking for. I knew that I was looking for a company that had a little bit of transparency to it. I wanted to be a part of a company that had to report what their earnings were. So when I got invited down to take a look at Pro Tandem, they told us we're a publicly held company. Nothing we're doing in this company is a secret. We have to tell you everything we're doing for revenue, how much we pay in commissions. We're gonna have to tell you all the different things about our company. How much do we pay our CEO? How much do we pay our corporate team? How much are we spending on research and development? Those things mattered to me because I wanted to know that they were committed to the story that they were asking me to be a part of. So I did my research on all those things, which then led me to an ABC primetime special, which is the next slide, I believe, in this. It led me to an ABC primetime special that was being done by a guy named John Quinones. Now, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with John Quinones. He does a lot of ABC primetime reports. I know that when he did his initial reporting on this, that the goal was to actually find out whether or not this little company was telling the truth about their product, because they were making some pretty extraordinary claims. They were making claims about how this product can reduce oxidation in your body, how it can make your body work like it did when you were young, And they wanted to either go out and protect the public by exposing the inaccuracies in that, or they wanted to go out and really expose what an incredible product this is. Turns out that's what they did. So, well, then let's go on to the next slide really quick, and I'll just tell you what happened. I'll tell you what happened with me and the guy who actually developed this product. So I met a guy. He's the scientist who discovered oxidation in your body. He's the guy that discovered how to reduce it in your body. And he used to stand on stage and talk to us about things like superoxide dismutase and catalase and the KEAP1 receptor and the KEAP2 receptor and all these scientific data points that I did not understand. And so one day I walked behind the stage and I said, listen, you've got to explain this to someone like me who's going to explain this to other people like me who are not necessarily to have the scientific mind that you have. Can you tell me what Protandim does? And he looked at me, and I think he thought that I didn't really understand any English because he started talking really slow. And he went, well, Tyler, and I had to kind of stop him and say, you can speak fast, just use words that are a little, with maybe 2 syllables in them. And so this was his explanation to me. He said, Tyler, he said, what we have figured out how to do is to help your body continue to make the enzymes that will repair and restore some of the damage that you create. He goes, when you're 15, 16 years old, your body is a well-oiled machine. It works very, very well. You can create damage. It will fix it. As we age, though, that machine starts to turn off. That tap starts to turn off. We start to slowly stop producing those things that your body needs to perform at a high level, to restore itself at a very, very high level. He said, by the time you're 65, the tap is turned off. And I said, well, what happens then? He said, well, basically you just die. He goes, your body can't repair itself. And so age-related diseases take over and you die. And he said, if you want to know what Protandim does, it just turns that tap back on. It just turns it on so that your body can make the essential things, the essential enzymes that will restore itself back to the way it was when you were 15, 16, 18, 20 years old. He goes, the unique thing about this product is everyone needs it. Like everyone has to have it. This is a product that no matter who you talk to, they're going to want this product, whether they're 20 years old, 30 years old, 40 or 50 years old. In fact, the older that they get, the more of a response that they'll probably feel by consistently using this product. Now, in the process of going out and talking about this and inviting people to help us tell this story, it's led to a whole bunch of different universities and different the scientific community asking the question of, can this product have a positive impact on the disease state that we are looking at? If we introduce Protandim into this problem that we're trying to solve, what will those results be? And it led to what you're seeing on the screen right now, which are all these peer-reviewed articles. These peer reviews have been published in journals. They're published all around the world. They're not just here in the United States. They're all around the world. You'll see that one down in the bottom right-hand corner that says Amsterdam. You'll see another one on here that says National Institutes of Aging. You'll see another one on here that you can see is the American Journal of Physiology. I mean, there's over 30 of these peer reviews that have been done in the last 14 years that are validating the need for us to use this Protandim product. So I kind of started getting excited about this, you guys, back in the beginning, knowing that this is a product that was unique, knowing that this industry is built around products that need a voice, knowing that this industry is built around a company that understands that by putting a product like this in the hands of all of us on this call, we're going to have a better opportunity of getting someone to use this product because it's such an advanced conversation that you're not going to get it just walking into a grocery store. You're not going to get this conversation if you just walk into the CVS or the Walgreens. It requires somebody like us. So the company decided that they were going to ask all of us to go out and tell this story rather than try to go out and pay a bunch of marketing departments to do it for them. And so I'm really appreciative of that. And it then led to here 14 years later, the next piece, which before I jump into this next piece, let me tell you how this came about and why we're so excited about this company today and why those of you that are brand new on the call here today have been invited to take a look. We got a new CEO about 2.5 years ago or so, and he decided that what he was going to do was invite some outside resources, some outside counsel or some outside advisors to come in and take a look at a company that had grown from $3 million to $200 million in a very short period of time, but then kind of stopped growing. And he said, I want to know why. What is it about our messaging that we need to change? What is it that we can do to improve the message? How can we add something to this message to give this company another boost, to encourage people to go out and talk about it? So the advisors came in and they said something really this simple, you guys, is they said, you have a really incredible beginning story. Like the idea of restoring your body back to the way that it was when you were 15, 16, 18 years old is a very, very compelling story. This is something that obviously people want to know. But the next piece of that story, or the next chapter of that story, is can we give your body the ingredients to maximize that restoration or that recovery? Can we give your body the building blocks to make it the most effective at making your body perform at a high level? And so they said, you guys need to understand collagen. Now, I will tell you, when they brought collagen to us, I was not that excited. I thought we were going to become a vanity company because I didn't understand. I would relate this to my lack of understanding with network marketing in the very, very beginning. I would relate it to, this understanding that I needed to do some research. And so I did. I started asking around, what is it about collagen that is so exciting to people? Why is the collagen industry growing so fast? And so this little article was sent to me by a really good friend of mine that was just like me, struggling. And basically what the article did is it came out and said, of all the 20,000 or so different proteins in the human body, there's one that dominates more than any other. Without it, our cells would simply collapse in on themselves. Our skeleton and blood vessels would disintegrate, and we would be little more than blobs of shapeless tissue. Now, for me, I'm a pretty simple guy. When it says you would be a blob of shapeless tissue, I went, I don't want to be a blob. And so I said, I probably should start taking this product. But the power in this product is this: the combination of giving your body the ability to restore itself and the building blocks to maximize that restoration, that has turned into another peer review that we're going to publish here in the near future. We have one coming out. I obviously can't tell you the results of that. I know it's been done. I know that we're very, very excited about the fact that it's coming out to show you the combination of Protandim and our liquid collagen and the effectiveness that it has when you're looking at living a better, healthier life. So we introduced collagen. We introduced it last July or so almost a year ago now. We have roughly $24 to $25 million worth of collagen that's been sold in less than a year. People are having a massive response to this. So what does our collagen do? Well, we have dove in deep on the activate, replenish, and maintain idea. We want to activate your body to produce more, which is what Protandim did in the activation of enzymes. Collagen is doing the activation of your own natural collagen. So we activate that. So how do we do that? How do we activate the collagen in your body? The next slide talks a little bit about that. This next slide talks about something called a ruby red quinoa extract. This ruby red quinoa extract is what we use to activate the natural production of collagen in your body. So we do this by increasing SOD genes and catalase genes, and then the collagen increase up to 42%. One of the things that's probably the most important about this piece is that it helps the cell absorb the collagen and decreases the degradation of the collagen by up to 33% in your body. The next piece of that, here's the study, you guys. This little study right now is pretty good. Look at this. This is an 8-week study. If you look at the study, the yellow in this study is the density of collagen in your skin. So you can see after only 8 weeks how much more dense the collagen is just from using our liquid collagen. This ruby red quinoa extract is really, really important. It's not okay to just take collagen, you guys. One of the mistakes I think a lot of people make is that you can either eat or drink your way into health without activating your body's natural production of those things that actually keep you young. So this is an example of making your body create more. The next part, you guys, this next slide, is how do we replenish? Well, in addition to activating the production of collagen in your body, we replenish it as well. There are over 20 different types of collagen. We include 10 of them. This is the most important part of this particular slide, is that we include 10 different types of collagen. Not just one or two, like what you're going to find in most of the off-the-shelf collagens that people have been buying. So we want to make sure that you have 10 different types. We use a marine-grade collagen where these collagen peptides provide amino acids that support the density and skin elasticity and the skin moisture so that you can have a lot more youthful appearance. And I can't wait to show you some of the pictures that we have. The last piece, you guys, is the maintenance of the collagen that you produce, and the additional collagen that we put in. We maintain this through citrus berry extracts. But the citrus berry extracts, you guys, are what helps us slow down the breakdown of collagen. So we naturally break down collagen as we age. We want to try to slow that process down the best that we can. And we do that through a citrus berry extract. So another important piece of this thing that we're doing today with the company is we want to make sure that you understand that there's not any of the bad stuff out there. So as I travel around the world, one of the things I've noticed is here in the United States, our food's not quite as good as it is over there. You guys have a lot better food than we have. You have a lot better rules or regulations that are not allowing people to put all the bad things in. So there's no added sugar. There's no artificial sweeteners. That it's non-GMO, dairy-free, gluten-free, and soy-free. we put that in there because I would really hope if I was living in an international market to the United States, I would want to know that the United States has awareness of what's going on around the world. And we're not including some of the junk that we have over here in these incredible products. So for all of you that are international markets to us, we've taken all that bad stuff out. And I think that's a really important part. This is one of my very favorite slides in the whole thing, because for a simple guy like me, there's a question that comes up all the time. Our collagen is a little bit more expensive in price tag. So why? Why is it a little bit more expensive? Well, if you look at the absorption rate between other collagens and ours, you're only going to get 10 to 30% absorption from the powder collagens that are out there, where you're getting 90% absorption from our liquid collagen. Now, what that means to me as a simple guy, what that means is that I'm going to have to take anywhere from 3 to 9 times the servings of the other collagen to get the same effectiveness of the liquid collagen that LifeVantage has. So for me, that's a really, really big deal. I want to know that what I'm using, what I'm spending my money on, is the most effective I can get. And so I'm really proud of this slide. 90% absorption, you guys, is a really, really big deal. Okay. As we go through these things, I mean, obviously you can go through as much science as you want. I could talk about this stuff for hours and hours and hours. That's not the point of this call. The point of this call is to just give you an initial introduction so you can kind of make a decision as to whether or not you want to dig deeper on this or just start helping us tell the story. But better than any of the information that I've given you so far are the pictures that I can show you. We all know that these pictures are powerful. As we scroll through these pictures, take a look at the crow's feet. Take a look at the skin tone. Look at the way that these people's appearance has changed in 15 days or 20 days or 8 days. That picture right here on the left, look at her neck. This is actually Rachel Picard's mom that she included in this. Look at the difference in her neck from just a short period of time, okay? Keep going. You're going to see some of these slides, you guys. You're going to see some of the slides, like these are skin tone slides after only 2 weeks. You're going to see hair thickness slides. I mean, you're going to see the bagginess around the eyes. You know, these are amazing slides. We have thousands and thousands and thousands of these slides. This is my favorite one. This slide right here is my favorite because I love to tell people, look how collagen changed his attitude. And I'm obviously joking about that. But man, does he not look a whole lot better after just a short period of time? I mean, 45 days in, 30 days in, he looks incredible. He's one of our most recent Pro 10s or executive masters in this company, presidential masters in this company. We are really proud of what he's done in the company. This one right here, look at her legs. It's amazing. Look at those. Look at the difference in her legs and around her eyes. You guys, this is a product that is obviously working. This is a product that people are proud to use and proud to send their pictures in. So let's scroll through the rest of these because we can, I mean, you guys, we can just keep doing this. There's your hair. Look at the hair increases. Pretty amazing stuff, you guys. I hope when you see these slides that you're asking 2 questions. One is, what will this do for me? And the other one is, do I know somebody that this could have a pretty big impact for? And so before I move on to this next piece, I want you to understand something about collagen. And this was exciting to me. That article I introduced you to at the beginning of this about collagen goes on to say that the collagen industry, the collagen demographic, the collagen cells around the world are about $8 billion in cells. They expect it to go to 16 or 17 billion dollars, but in the next 7 years. So a really good question that I would ask about that is, am I going to be a part of that? You know, how much of that $7 billion increase can I capture? How much can I be a part of? And is the collagen that I'm going to introduce to my friends and family a collagen that's the quality that will allow me to capture as much of that as possible? So that leads us into this next piece. We covered a little bit on the company. We've covered a little bit on the products. The next piece is, how do you get paid? Can I tell this story and get paid? So I'm going to give you a very, very simple version of the compensation plan right now, not in depth, because that's a whole nother conversation. I do full on trainings for this if you decide you want to pursue the compensation plan in detail. But for tonight, let me show you how you can kind of get started. Or for the morning for you, let me show you how you can get started. Okay, let's go on to the next slide. The first thing that we want you to understand is that if you find someone who wants to buy this product as a customer from you, so they've done the research, they've read some peer reviews, they feel like there's a couple disease states they want to make sure that they can try to avoid if they can. If they buy this product for the collagen benefits or whatever reason they have, if they pay retail, there's about a 20% difference between retail and what you pay, and you get all of it. So if they spend $100, you're going to get 20. If they spend $200, you will get 40. You will get 100% of that 20% difference between the retail price and what a consultant would pay, which is what your price is. If someone will go on subscription, which is the goal, Now, in this game, the goal is to get people to buy monthly orders. We want them to be on a subscription so it's recurring. We want them to be on a subscription so it just happens every single month, and they can take advantage of the benefits of these products every month rather than just one time as a retail customer. If they go on subscription, you get a 10% difference. Some people go, well, I would rather sell everybody retail. Well, the benefit of subscription is you might get 12 consecutive months of orders. If you're getting a 12 consecutive orders at $90, you're going to make $10 times 12, which is 120 bucks. If you only got one retail order, you'd make 20. So unless you're going to do the work to continually put that customer in through the retail process month after month after month, you're better off showing them how long-term committed, long-term consistent, long-term recurring orders is going to benefit them the most, which will ultimately benefit you the most. So we have what's called customer sales profit. If they come in at retail, you get 20%. If they come in on a subscription, you get 10. You obviously pay the best price as a consultant, which is 20% less than the retail price. Okay, let's go to the next slide. So the goal here is to gather as many of those customers as you can. We know that in the beginning, the easiest thing for you to do is to get excited about a peer review or get excited about these pictures that you saw for these results. The first thing you're going to do is go talk to friends and family, brothers, sisters, moms, dads, whoever, coworkers, and you're going to start asking them if they would be interested in what these products can give them. As you build that customer base, you're going to hit different levels, and those different levels are going to give you a different percentage. So when you get over $500 in customer sales, you will get a 5% additional bonus to that retail customer or subscription customer bonus that you got earlier. So you'll get an extra 5%. When you get over 1,000, you'll get an extra 10%. Over 2,000, you'll get 15, and over 4,000, you'll get 20. So ultimately, if you have everyone on a subscription, just as an example, you would get a 10% difference on the subscription price versus consultant price. If you have over $4,000 in total customer volume this month, or next month, or in any month, you're going to get an additional 20%. That is 30% of that customer volume. So 4,000 times 30% is $1,200 a month in the United States. It is another 0.42% on top of that in Australia, and another 0.53% on top of that in New Zealand, which is where I know most of you are from. So if I'm making $1,200 in the United States, you're making somewhere around $1,800 in New Zealand or Australia, which is one of the reasons why I'm considering moving to you guys' beautiful countries. Why am I want to get paid more. Just moving there would give me a 50% increase. What an incredible thing for all of you. Good for you. Okay. So this is the beginning stages though. This is the customer piece. The next piece, the next slide, is something that we call a 3-in-1. So once you've mastered the concept of introducing these products to others and gathering some customers, we want you to invite other people, just like you've been invited on this call. We want you to invite other people to help us tell the story. Well, if you're willing to do that, you should get paid. If you're willing to come out and find someone like me who's built an $11 million a month organization in this company, if you're willing to find someone like me, you should get paid for bringing me to the company. I'm making a massive contribution to the company. You should get paid. So it starts by going out and getting a consultant. So what we ask you to do is try to balance this behavior between getting 3 customers and 1 consultant. We want you to do this every single month. If you'll find 3 customers and 1 consultant every month for a year, this will end up generating enough volume for you to make, in Australia, $1,960 a month, in New Zealand, $2,134 a month, just from the basic commissions of your customers. If any of those consultants join you and start doing this with you, the next slide will tell you what you'll get on top of that 30%, which is, if you did all that in the first 3 months, 7,000. Go to the next slide, please. The next slide shows you that if you found 2 people like us, you found 2 people, one like me or somebody like you, and they did the same thing. So if those 2 people went out and did the 3-in-1, they found 3 customers and 1 consultant a month for a year, your income would go from $1,900 a month to $38,000 a year in Australia and over $42,000 a year in New Zealand, by simply finding 2 other people to help us tell the story. Now, we're pretty excited about this, you guys. This is not your typical network marketing comp plan. This is not the one where they tell you have to have 50 or 100 or 1,000 other consultants. I'm talking about you having 2. I'm talking about you finding 2 of your friends that will do this with us. Now, if they turn around and do the same thing and find 2 friends each, you're looking at over $60,000 a year in Australia and over $65,000 in New Zealand. I mean, this is a significant amount of money off only 7 people, only 7 consultants going out and introducing these products to people. And these products are something that everybody needs. Let me remind you that over 30 different universities have told you that this is something you should put into your daily activity. This is something that should be a part of your life. And if you will go out and help find only 6 other people, you're looking at over $60,000 a year. What a great way to supplement your income, or even replace, in many cases, replace your income. Okay. I think we even take it one more level. Maybe we don't. Nope. Okay. So the next slide is just the next piece. So I told you in the beginning, there's 5 things I look for when I'm evaluating a network marketing company. One of them is the company and its transparency. Obviously, the products are obviously important, and I think we've given you at least a good start on understanding how important our products are. The comp plan is number 3, but number 4 is culture. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something. This may shock some of you that have been in this industry for a little while. I don't believe there's very many people on this call today that are part of my natural organization. This is an organization that is primarily under somebody that I have a ton of respect for. There's 2 people that are pretty much most of Australia and New Zealand, and it's Rachel Bacaric and it's Brandon Cunningham, who have then led to your incredible leaders that you guys have out there with Charlotte and Josie and Grania. And I'm not just going to list names. I mean, you guys know who they are. We have some really incredible leaders out there. But the point that I'm telling you about, the 4th thing I look at as being culture, is that we work together. Like, I had an incredible time coming out and meeting all of you. I had a lot of fun. In fact, I came back and bragged about the community that you guys have built to the corporate office. I talked about how great the people are in this, and really how high level the community is that I met out there. I can't wait to see what you guys do. Culture is an important thing. You want to know that when you're in a company, that leaders that are not necessarily part of your upline have a desire or a willingness to help. You want to know that other leaders will give you the success principles that are working on their team, and then reciprocate that back and forth. Culture, the collaboration that is happening in our company right now, is a really big deal. That's why I'm doing these calls. I want you to know how I built an $11 million organization every month. I want to support Brandon's business. I want to support Rachel's business. I want to support the leadership that you have in that company, in your countries. It's really important to understand culture, and we have a great culture here. Okay. Now, the 5th thing that I want to talk to you guys about really quickly before I wrap this call up is I want to talk to you about growth potential. Now, this is something that is very misunderstood, in my opinion. Growth potential is something that you're going to hear about when a company is starting out, when they're in that startup phase. You're going to hear a lot of things like, you got to be first. Only those people at the top make all the money. You know, if you're not at the top, then you need to find a company you can be at the top. And what they forget to tell you is that most companies go out of business in the startup phase. In fact, the statistics would tell you only 1 in 200 will make it through the first 5 years. So yeah, it might be fun to be at the top if you can deal with the chaos. The second phase is, in my opinion, the one you need to find. The second phase is when a company's hit that $150, $200 million mark, and they've decided to go out and organize their message. They've decided to understand who they are. They understand how to read data. They understand how to make data-driven decisions. See, in that first 1 to 5 years, or 1 to 8 years, or 1 to 10 years, when a company gets to that $150 million mark, it's literally just throw mud on the wall and see what sticks. They're not selling you anything of value. They're selling you get in first. That's hype. That is not stable, long-term legacy conversations. When you get into that second phase, the organized growth phase, you are now entering into the legacy conversation. You have significant products. You have significant products that are validated. You have the scientific community saying people should use it. You have data that helps you understand how to promote the right behaviors through a compensation plan. If a company has the courage to do what we just did on March 1st, which was to take a deep dive, a 1-year deep dive over 100 different models, work with an organization called the Dan Jensen Group, who's built over 1,000 different compensation plans and has over 30 of the top 100 companies in the world using a compensation plan that he developed. If you're willing to take the challenge, to bring somebody like that in, to bring an advisor in, to do a deep dive and understand how to better compensate the behaviors of growth, if you're willing to do that, if you have the courage to do that, you can go into the organized growth phase where you go from 200 million to 800 million, where a company will 4 times itself, where the pathway to success, the career pathway is clear, where you have a very, very organized, clear understanding of what you have to do to hit the upper ranks of a company. This is where wealth is created. This is where you join a company that's going to become a legacy company. This is where you're not rolling the dice on being that one company out of 200 that makes it. This is an important phase. It happens to be exactly where we're at. conveniently for us. Okay. Once you get through that phase, though, you enter into the third phase, which I call a milestone. It's hitting $1 billion. The fourth phase is being able to stabilize above that. Now, this is an important part of our conversation tonight. If we go through this organized growth phase and we can properly develop leadership, that means rewarding you, which is a piece of the comp plan I did not talk about tonight. If we can properly reward you for developing leadership, when we get over $1 billion, when we hit that milestone, we will be able to stabilize this company and what you guys have dreamed about in network marketing with this income that is more of a passive type of an income, this income that is no longer dependent on your activity, but dependent on the business you built. If we can get into that with leadership development, you guys, we will stabilize and we will all be able to live that dream that we've been hoping for in this industry.
Tyler, oh my goodness, can I just say that this is the 4th time that I've heard you do that presentation, and I'm still learning. Every time I hear something new that resonates. So I just really want to thank you for taking us through that today.